Now with this frequent shutdown of MECL, I think people should be encouraged to have chimneys.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's good to encourage this. But politics is dynamic. Issues are changing. Expectations are high. This is where you'll hear our leaders speak. Are we ready? Let's start. Hello, good afternoon, Jasmine.
Hi,
Good afternoon.
Pakana.
So this is your house, huh? Nice house. Beautiful house. Like you, so you are beautiful. So it fits. Very
Thank
nice.
you,
God
Pakana.
bless. So nice house, really.
Thank you.
Good.
Ale, sure.
So yeah, must be very tired, no?
Busy.
Coming from the constituency.
Yes.
Very nice, Jasmine Lyngdoh, no? Your name
Yes.
is Jasmine Lyngdoh, full name.
Jasmine Mary Lyngdoh.
Oh, Jasmine Mary Lyngdoh. I miss the middle
Mary.
name, Mary. Good.
Yes, Pakana.
So it's very nice to have met you. I know you all along, daughter of Bapita Marbanyang, my clansman, but then we are apart. I still like Kor, you staying here, so after a long time we meet you here. So thank you very much for giving us this opportunity of interacting with you. And we are here so that the people will know you. It's for them to judge whether you're good or not. So I was supposed to meet you much earlier, but you went to America. Why you went to America?
My daughter, Ariana,
Ariana,
she is doing her BSc
BSc in America.
in Cleveland, Ohio,
Ohio.
Case Western Reserve University.
Oh, Western Reserve.
So it was a very sudden visit that I had to go and drop her.
So we miss you. That's why I was supposed to catch you from that time. Anyway, in meantime, we prepared others also.
Yes.
So you came back.
Yes.
It's nice. People who take care, not only of the constituents, the sign always from the family. If you take care of family, it shows outside that you can take care of the people. Good. Congratulations. So I'd like to ask you, now that you are entering active politics, can you tell in brief your background, academic background, firstly?
Yes, Pakana. I completed my schooling from Loreto Convent,
Shillong. Good.
Then I went on to do my pre-university from St. Mary's College. So I went to Delhi for my undergrad studies.
Science or arts?
I went for psychology, BA psychology.
BA psychology.
Because at that time, psychology was an art subject. Now it has become a science subject. Then I finished 3 years of my undergraduation, and I went on to do my master's in psychology from Delhi University.
Delhi University, yeah, I congratulate you on that. Famous university, old university.
Yes. So I finished my undergrad from Jesus and Mary College.
Jesus Mary Convent.
Yes.
College. Your sister also passed from there, I
Yes,
think.
very much.
Emperor. Yeah, I remember those days.
We have a tradition in our family. One goes somewhere, everybody follows.
Yeah, good. It's good.
Yes.
So you are equipped with the best qualification background, educational background.
Yes. So I've also done my postgraduate diploma with NCRT in career development.
Career development.
Yes. And then I came back for some time. Then I wanted to work in Shillong. That was in the year 95 to 97, I was here. Then I was with St. Anthony's College.
Oh, that I
I
didn't know.
was a counselor there.
Counselor.
Yes, in the Student Development Services. And we did a lot of career development.
Yeah, very
Yes. So I was also a lecturer in the BBA department.
good. BBA.
Yes. Of
Your sister
St.
also was there in
Anthony's.
St. Anthony's College. Yeah, Emperor.
Yes.
But Peter Marmanyang, your father also was in the
Yes.
economics department. St. Anthony's College.
Yes.
Tradition, huh?
Tradition.
Tradition and
Yes.
tradition. It's good.
Then I went on to do my, I worked with Sun Care.
Sun care.
for a brief time. Then I realized that no, I needed to go for my specialization. So I went to NIMHANS, Bangalore,
Nimhans.
National Institute of Mental
mental-
Health and Neurosciences.
Mental health care.
Yes, it's a premium institute.
Because nowadays in Meghalaya, this mental health care
Yes,
is
yes,
should be
yes.
given top priority.
Top priority.
I'll come to that afterwards.
Yes.
Acha.
So I went there and then I did my MPhil
Phil.
there. Then I came back and started working. I was with, again, Suncare for a brief time. Then I went and joined Nazareth Hospital.
Yeah, I met you in Nazareth.
Yes, in the psychiatry department.
Psychiatry.
Yes,
This is a new development, no, in the
Absolutely.
Meghalaya.
absolutely.
In Meghalaya, I think psychiatry, clinical psychiatry, and all.
Yes.
Very good.
So I'm a registered clinical psychologist.
Not yet.
I am,
Oh, you are.
yes, with this Rehabilitation Council of India, which is a necessary qualification for us to practice as a clinical
You
psychologist.
must have practiced after you left Nazareth, no?
Yes,
In your own.
I did start my own, which is, basically a society for mental health development. So we call it Roots Shillong,
Roots Shillong.
ROUTES,
Oh, sure.
which is the acronym for reaching out and understanding to empower society.
Very good. Because this psychology, mental health is very high in our state.
Yes.
Especially during COVID, depression,
Yes.
nothing, no employment, no income. And you don't believe, I think you shared with me that earlier for the tribal community, suicide is considered to be an act of cowardice.
Yes.
But now, quite a number of suicides. So if we go deeply, it's not cowardice, it's mental health. I think I don't think I speak outside your point, I think.
It is very much a part of our mental illness, and it's an inability to adapt with the situations in life, and that loss of hope,
Yes.
which is part of what we call a depression.
Depression, yes.
Yeah.
They get depressed and then mentally disturbed.
Yes.
So you pass from them hands.
Yes.
I think, anyway, I think you know, I'll just share with you. Meghalaya now, with regard to healthcare, they are having a special healthcare policy.
Yes.
I think after Kerala and Tamil Nadu, we are the third state
Yes.
in the country, and
Yes.
probably the first in Northeast and probably North India also. And
Yes.
So it's good.
Yes.
So,
We are
but
so
with all
fortunate.
this bright future awaiting you, and all this, that means in every respect, why you join politics?
Yeah, that's a question that I have been asked several times. So the answer is this. After working in the field of mental health for about 25 years, now 25 years I'm in the
25 years?
field. Yes, since 1995.
Anyway, we'll,
So-
after this, we'll celebrate in your house this silver jubilee of your service.
Absolutely. What I did realize is that in the field, we are seeing a lot of hardship,
Yeah.
which I think needs a lot of governance and policy making
Yeah.
to uplift people's life and to give them opportunities for growth and development. So this shift from the field to politics, I must tell you that it is an intention that I will bring about some kind of well-being in our governance, where governance will also focus on family concerns.
So that was
Yes.
your finding.
Yes.
That because I thought coming from a family of politicians, your father was an eminent politician. He was MLA, minister, he was
Yes.
MDC, chairman of the council. He was
Yes.
MP for 2 consecutive terms. Then was chairman planning board.
Yes.
Later I took over
Yes.
from him. And then your brother also, late R.G. Lyngdoh. Then I thought maybe you just like to follow just like that. But now I know that you've got a mission then.
Mission.
With your vision, you've got a mission now.
And we have a motto that we are keeping for why I am in the political arena. just to unite and bring about change and new beginnings in Nong Thamai region. Because we are seeing that Nong Thamai constituency, since the time of my father, I have gone there.
Yeah, that was like Khra Nong Thamai at that time.
And I was a part of all that which my father has done. So much of development has taken place. But somehow there is a lot of, a slack in this development that is seen there.
That means you mean to say that physical development is clearing, although physical development also is involved. But nobody, from your point of study observation, you feel that mental health, people there getting good house, getting good road is not enough, but mental health is important.
Yes.
Because
it's our youth.
Yeah, because I know that UNO also stress on this, WHO. Total health of a person means not only physical health, but also mental health and even spiritual health.
Spiritual, social.
Yeah, that's good. Because I read somewhere that it's not the total absence of disease only.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's why I've got a triangle upside down, no? Symbol.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, true.
Physical, mental, and emotional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I get more idea from you.
Yeah.
So that means you join politics not because somebody inspired you, somebody invited you, or maybe you have seen at home, but because of your ambition of helping the people, your aim of helping the people who are mentally retarded, if not much retarded, but mentally disturbed.
Yeah.
So can you
tell
me?
I think I'll just give a little clarification
here,
Pakna. You see, in my family, from a very young age, I have seen my father, I have seen my brother, I have seen my sister working tirelessly to ensure that there is some basic amenities that are available. And that in itself makes people happier, more productive.
Yeah.
And my sister has gone on further to ensure that the youth are involved in a lot of employment generation activities. So this, in combination with what I'm doing, helps me to see some direction.
See, I'll share with you, I've got some friend of my son. He was very much involved to cure, to be a part of the developmental activity, especially with the mind, because this drug has become a big menace in the country, white menace. So what he did after study, same like you, studied in Delhi. You know, my youngest son was in Delhi. Then he went to do PhD in Himachal Pradesh, drugs, and he stayed with the addicts.
Yes.
He got a PhD in oral, but he nearly became self-mad. So I asked, don't you, that influence does not affect you, but living among the sick person, mentally sick, those depressed people, does it not have an indirect or direct effect on you?
Because of the professional approach that we take in treatment, we keep aside the personal aspect of emotions. So it's a very thin line that we have to keep on constantly. We do a lot of grounding exercises to ensure that our own peace of mind is there. Because sometimes when you are overwhelmed with a lot of these stories, it gets to you.
That means you should not be too much emotionally involved.
Yes.
You should separate career and personal health.
Life.
Because if you get mentally sick, it affects on your family also. Very good.
Absolutely.
So that's what attracts you, or rather pulls you to join politics. Because I tell you, when we study demography, I did my PhD, we know them as push and pull factors. So push means the family, they push you that to be involved. Pull means when you see the difficulties, people, it pulls you. So that push and pull factors help you to serve mankind. We call it in demography Everett's push and pull factor, name of the great scientist. Very good. That means you've got that ambition that you will use your knowledge, your degree, your acquired knowledge from different universities to help people here. But don't you feel that it is selfish in your part if you think only for the people of Nong Tamai? Suppose our people from other constituencies come to you for help. You are bound to help, no?
Absolutely. We have to be there for everybody.
Why? Because I have in mind, we used to conduct this health camp.
Yes.
After this health camp, I hope after then we can call you for mentally sick person. There are many depressed people. I have gone to the villages. Saturday I came from Jata, Lakadong. Quite a few people are mentally depressed.
Very much.
They don't get seat in university, they don't
Yeah.
get jobs,
Yeah.
agricultural production is low, father becomes mentally disturbed.
Yeah.
So when he talks in his, not sleep actually, wide awake, poverty, how can I send my son to university? It affects his son.
Very much.
So
Very
we can,
much.
yeah, I'll have
So
that in mind.
I will tell you what has happened after COVID.
Yeah, after COVID.
A lot of disruption has come in people's lives.
Yeah.
And business has gone down. A lot of people, their education has been disrupted. And many families are pulling out their children from schools because they can't afford. They don't have any more work. So I think it's so important for us to bridge that gap, you know, by ensuring that we are going to focus on livelihood.
Yeah, livelihood.
So one of the greatest mission for me is to ensure that every family has more livelihood opportunities.
Now you say livelihood. What about those students who have missed their education? We have to be frank. Most of these courses have been condensed and they study online. What guarantee is there that no prompting from behind is there? How to curb or cure that the deficiencies that the children have been adopting?
I know. It's been very hard for them because they are not in their classrooms,
Yes.
assisted by their teachers. But this will teach us a very big component of learning. Learning should not be just about bookish
not bookish.
information. I think this COVID will teach us that we should be practical and we should experience certain important things when we are studying those topics. So this open book system has been followed in most of these exams. So that you don't teach a person how much information he knows, but you teach information how he can analyze situations.
It's good. That means many of these big universities, they have open book exams. But they look not at the book, the thing that you copy from the book, your creative writing from your side. So no, very good.
Yes.
See, I'd like to share with you, I read in the paper recently, that after this COVID has subsided and normalcy has returned, Karo Hills is one of the first place to bring awareness on this new education policy vis-a-vis the students to be prepared for exams.
Yes.
So don't you think that is a good thing?
Very good.
And I hope that after, because now election is coming, we will be busy. I hope that after election, all this will be taken into consideration. So now I'll come to certain thing that you've been doing. Now that you've gone around, what are your findings? Naturally, I'm not trying to create a kind of a wall between different localities. You cannot generalize the people of Nong Tamai with people of Laim Khra. Because Laim Khra have got so many educational institutions and people also can afford. And even from the economic side, they are quite okay. Whereas I think we have gone in Nong Tamai area, Nongra and Lapalang, quite a number of poor people. So what do you find?
So this poverty is actually depriving a lot of our children and our youth to actually pursue their studies or even their training. And because of this poverty, I think the parents also feel compelled to make children to go for academics, thinking that if my daughter or my son has done a BA or an MA, then they will get government jobs.
But that's not the
But that's
truth
not the
nowadays.
case. So I think the narrative now for us, okay, who are going into the community is to try and help people understand about career choices.
Yeah, career. Self-employment.
Absolutely.
Skill development is a must.
Skill development. So many of our families are unwilling to send their children for ITI and skill development because they want their children to be graduates. So we have to balance that for them. And I'm so happy that, yes, the Skill India program is also here in Meghalaya, where they're giving an opportunity to our children to do both. On the one hand, you do ITI, as well as this correspondence to complete their academics
In North Mai, there's an ITI,
in Rinja.
Ranja.
Yes,
So you have been in touch with them during your
yes,
tour around.
yes.
So now why I indulge in this, you are not a minister yet, you are not Malay. Why? I look at you for the prospectiveness of your ability and capability. That's why I poke into your mind, so that from there the people can visualize and see who will be, what kind of family will be. I hope you don't mind that. So now ITI is in Nong Thmai there. Do you find that it's rendering good services to the people? You have to be honest, free and frank. Because if it is not, it's a challenge in case you win.
Very much.
Even if you don't win, it is a challenge for you.
Yes. And we should ensure that children have their skills and they have a certified skill where they can go anywhere and get a job.
Yeah.
Because it's just a matter of a few years that we'll start to bring in industries and factories here. We
How many
can't
years
do
course?
that.
ITI is how many years course?
It has various...
2 or 3?
No, it has 3 years. It has some of them, they have 2 years, they have 1 year. Then they have those short-term courses, which is 3 months, 4 months.
Oh, 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah. And these are all part of that Skill India, which actually we are trying to make people more certified to do certain tasks.
Do you find that the response of our people is quite favorable in that institute, or they are fighting shy from going to that institute?
So this is a big challenge that we are having. Many are still very reluctant.
Yeah, very reluctant.
You
That's
know,
why I asked
thinking
you.
that my daughter or my son will not get a degree.
Yeah.
And then we have to explain to them that no, they can go for this without wasting time, also earn their degree.
Yeah.
Because now this correspondence IGNU is also
Yeah, IGNU.
become a part of ITI.
IGNU is a part
Yes,
of ITI?
yes.
I didn't know that. That's
And
good.
yes, and NIOS is also being offered.
But NIOS people are quite more reluctant to do it. Why?
No, it's this a mindset that we are having about this education. Sometimes we see education as only in school
Yeah.
education. And then parents are really, under pressure because they're sending them to schools, but then after they have gotten their class 10, class 12, even their graduation, they're not getting any job
Yeah,
because they're not skilled. So they're actually wasting a lot of their time, okay, doing this first and then I will think about the skills.
Yeah.
Now what we are telling them is from the class 8, try to see how you can identify your potentials, your talents, and then go for those skill development programs.
And we will take a challenge from newspaper also. We'll try to bring more awareness. I am in contact with you now.
Absolutely.
I've seen. I'll just share with you. Earlier years when I was in Malay, I used to encourage the young boys and girls to go to Don Bosco Technical School, and those who pass from there they get jobs. They do well.
Very much. Very much.
I think now there are more trades.
Yeah.
And in fact, even agriculture should be a specialized agriculture, technical applicant.
Yes.
Application.
Yes. So veterinary is doing that. Okay. Fisheries is doing that. Yes. And now even farming has become a big option for people because they can go for those training now.
See, the problem, I'll be very frank, this government institute, sometimes people do not have much faith. from experience, people have gone to RRTC, rural that in Umsning. Umsning, no? Umran. So I went there twice, thrice, and they have done good service.
Very great
No
service.
holiday.
Yes.
But if the government can reduce the number of holidays and half days or off days, they will do much better. Now, I'll come back. So good with your vision, and you have got a mission also in mind. Fighting from North Mai, don't you find it's a tough challenge for you? Two veterans are there. I don't know other candidates.
Yes.
Jasmine is also a doctorate professor in Nehu. He's head of department of Center for Adult and Continuing Education.
Yes.
He was an MLA one term.
Yes.
And he did quite a good job. Then you have to face also Charles Pengrove, Charles Hanuman Pengrove. And then he was an MLA from Marukaning, 2 terms, no?
Yes.
And now 1 term. And he's quite veteran. He was a speaker. Don't you feel it's a challenge to you?
A very big challenge, which initially I thought would be very difficult
Yeah.
to even process in my mind. But let me tell you, Pakna, this is something that I must share. That my contesting the elections has not come entirely just because I have chosen it or my family has chosen it. It is the people from Nong Thamai who came to my sister to request our family to again come back to Nong Thamai, because they have that faith in our family, and they see us doing very dedicated service.
Yes.
So they have that hope that here is somebody, okay, again from the family, who can come and deliver. Government is doing so much, is providing so many opportunities. It just has to get delivered to the communities. And I think you need a dedicated person
That means
to
the
do
people
that.
from Lamkhra, not only from one locality, quite a number of
Yes.
localities.
Many localities in Nong Thamai were part of Lamkhra.
How many localities are there in Nong Thamai?
So now we have about, Nongra is about
Nongra.
8.
8
Then-
blocks in Nongra?
Yeah. Then we have in Nong Thamai, we have about, I think, there are about 13 there in Nong Thamai. So it's a very wide spread area. But because I can do home-to-home visits,
That means you visit morning and
I
evening.
visit morning,
Afternoon,
evening,
because they are
daytime.
in their respective
Yeah.
work.
I go to the office,
So that means
go
the
and
people
address.
came to you to
Yes.
request you.
Yes.
That means your family has become a pattern, unregistered pattern, but registered in the minds of the people.
Because of the goodwill.
Pita Marmanyang,
Yes.
children Mbak Pita Marmanyang.
Yes.
But don't you think people talk that from the same family there are 2, 3 politicians? How you feel?
I think I feel proud that I belong to this family, because we have not taken our work lightly. We have delivered and we continue to serve,
Yeah.
and this has been taught to us from the time of my
Because now
father.
people tend to talk dynasty politics.
Yeah.
Mukul Sangma side are 4 in the family. Then Conrad Sangma, there are 3 in the family. So this is a bad trend. So even in Pita Marmanyang, Lyngdoh, now with you there, 2 more in the family. Pita, of course, your father Marmanyang, and then Bob. So for me, I don't feel. I look at quality.
Quality, yes.
Once quality is there, is patented. So it is a challenge to you then.
Very big challenge to explain to people that we are not just dynastic politics.
People will talk.
Yes.
Maybe not in front of you, but behind.
And it's something that is just a mindset again, because it has been told to them that dynastic politics is bad, so they tend to believe that.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it's not easy to get into politics,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of hard work and a lot of preparations and a lot of planning.
See,
Things have to be done
yeah,
systematically.
I was an MLA for 2 terms. Villages are different, no doubt, distance. But in the city, where people are quite capable mentally, and they do not need cash from the candidates more or less, except the very poor one.
Yeah.
So they are more educated also.
Yes.
So don't you find it's quite challenging when you meet people who are not equal with you, but they may be less or more, but their mental setup cannot coincide with your setup. Don't you feel quite challenging?
It is. And it takes a lot of committed time to explain to them what are our ideas, what are our plans and ambitions. So that's why for me it was important for me to do things and to start working at the very early stage so that they see my potentials.
So what are your aims?
So the
to
first
vis-a-vis the people's needs and requirements of your prospective constituency?
Yeah. So what I'm doing currently now is just doing a lot of surveying to see where are the gaps
Yeah.
that we need to fill in. What I have seen is that our youth are very frustrated.
Yeah, naturally, everywhere.
Yes.
And it's not only in Meghalaya phenomenon.
It's not.
Not even national phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's
a
an international
global,
phenomenon.
Yeah. So how do we try to give them that hope that yes, as a leader, we can give them that guidance and that direction. I think this is what I'm trying to do, that we give them guidance and direction so that when they see us doing certain activities, okay, it is an activity that is future oriented.
Yeah.
That's why for me, I don't believe in how much money I can give in the community. It's more about the livelihood that I can teach them.
Yeah.
So
You
when
must
I
have-
give
You
them,
must have followed that Chinese proverb, no?
yeah,
Man
teach
come,
them
don't keep them fish every day,
every day.
but teach
Teach
them how,
them how
to,
to
fish.
fish.
So that not
Yeah.
only they'll be self-sufficient, but they'll come and give you fish also.
Yes. And this was what my brother always used to tell me. And I
RG
remember,
Lyngdoh, huh?
yes, RG, a very dynamic person, very endearing, and he is very intelligent. We were hoping that he would be the replacement, there. But unfortunately,
And God has
God
his
has
own
his
plans.
plans. But there's
we
one
mere
thing that he
mortals
told
don't-
me.
Yeah.
One thing that he told me, because I asked him, how do I go about with this? So what he told me is, he calls me Min. He
Min,
said,
yeah,
Min.
we call you also
Yeah.
Min.
He said, Min, lebet ka ay ka ba pijule barabor, ba pin ayaka mental health.
In English, what is the English equivalent?
So he says, go into the community and do what you have always done. Uplift the well-being of people.
That means be natural,
Yes.
not artificial.
Yes.
Because
Do
if-
your programs that you have been doing for so long. Encourage them to participate in those programs, and they will believe in themselves and they will have faith in you.
Have you been doing anything before, even though you are not a Malay, have you been doing anything practical for the
Yes,
people?
Very much.
Can you share with us?
Yeah,
For
so-
example, economic advantage
Yeah.
for the people, to some extent they can get help
Help.
through their own efforts.
Yeah. Because we have realized one thing is that a lot of our young people have dropped out of school
Yeah.
because of economic
Yeah,
constraints.
difficulties.
So, but their talents are very strong, we have seen. They're very good cooks, they're very creative, they love to do a lot of, own, construction. They're very good laborers also.
You can say
Yes,
specialized labor. no?
very specialized, and they have the mind also to understand how to do all those house
That means you have
constructions.
been doing that there. You have been
Yeah.
extending help.
So
How
what
many
we
have
have done-
benefited? How many you have been approximately?
Approximately, we have given training in cooking, in bakery, in bridal makeup. We have been giving training to about 50 residents.
50.
Yeah. And this is something which we are doing, which we are seeing that yes, if we can at least train them more professionally, okay, then they can start their own self-employment.
I think you must have collaborated with this skill office there in Dhankiti.
Meghalaya skill.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
So,
last
no.
time they keep training to those
Yes.
amateur cooks,
Yes.
not professional cooks yet.
Yes. So we did these workshops, okay, from the roots, Shillong. We have done these workshops, and we have collaborated with experts in the field who are giving them these experience, you know. We call them workshops.
Workshops.
Because not too much of theory anymore. It's more about observing and doing.
Yeah.
And delivering. A lot of them, you won't imagine, are proudly telling us that they are getting orders.
They are getting orders. Huh?
Yes,
Good.
for the bakery.
That means
and
you are
for
not
the
in a Malay. That's why your mission.
My
you're
mission.
Doing, with that vision in mind, no?
Yes.
Good. So
I think
they're getting orders.
if we can make people believe in themselves and realize their own potential.
I'll take the name of some of these bakers so that we can order cakes.
Yeah, very much, very much.
It's good. I'll keep the certificate to you.
Yes.
If this needs improvement, I'll tell you so.
Yes.
I hope I'll get some concession through you. Huh? So it's good. 50 of them, no?
50 we have done.
What? And carpentry and this?
So now we are going to do a little bit on how we are going to teach people with this house painting.
House painting.
So we are going to tie up with a company, Asian Paints, to train them.
Asian Paint,
Yeah.
famous Asian Paints.
Yeah.
Huh? They have a great,
Yeah.
I don't know what your convincing power you've got.
Our persuasion, we are working on how we can persuade people to believe in themselves.
You must have done some magic also with your psychology.
With psychology.
Understanding the mind people. And then probably when you need help, you should help them also, no?
Yeah.
Mental health is important.
And we give them their startup kits so that they can also do immediately those skills that we have trained them.
That mean that this kind of training, how long it takes? How many days?
It's 3-4 days of training.
3-4 days?
Yes.
Because most of our young people are very impatient. If it is more than 1
More
week,
than
they
that,
become
they don't.
restless.
Then we give top-up programs. So what we have done with these trainees is we have formed them into groups,
Like
self-help groups.
Self-help groups.
So that, you know what, they learn to work as a group. If they're buying anything, they will get wholesale price.
Yeah, as a group.
They will create a market amongst themselves. They will give expertise amongst themselves, and they will work as a team.
But how many self-help groups so far?
So we have formed about 21 self-help groups.
21, huh?
Yes. Consisting of 10 to 15 people.
Good. Because more than 10, 15 people, it becomes
It's not possible.
quite.
Yeah. And we are
problem.
going to continue to train them.
That means you have to train them the art of cooperation.
Yes.
Then you buy things, you get a wholesale price.
Yes.
Then you do the
Marketing.
market survey.
Yes.
And then you use the expertise of
they
people.
work as a
and
team.
then they sell.
Because individually it's very difficult to compete.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult to compete in this very competitive market.
Yeah, individually is difficult. Because in a group like that, 10, 15, each has got his allotted works.
Yes.
Those who are good in advertisement, those good in selling, those are good in getting things cheaper from the market.
Yes. Yes.
Without sacrificing quality, no?
And this is registered with the block.
Registered with the
Block.
block.
Mopat block.
Oh, you
It's
put
not
block.
me who's registered them. It's a government recognized registration. So they
Because
get a lot of assistance. From
Block
the
with the block, no?
Yes.
There are many advantages that the block has offered.
Very
Even
much.
myself, I do not know.
Very much.
Because I used to go to this Millennium block because our Lyngdoh falls in the
Yes.
Millennium block.
Yes.
So I was surprised. So
Yeah.
many benefits that the government is giving. But many are not aware.
Many are not aware. We
Even in
have to-
city.
we
Even
have
in
to
city.
bring those
Yes.
information.
Otherwise, if we are not aware, people do not take advantage. The money goes back to center.
Absolutely.
You cannot deposit in the bank.
Underutilized.
Underutilized. So that's good. That means now you have done baking, and then
We have done fast food.
Fast food,
We have done barbecue and grills,
barbecue and grill.
which is Dot Than.
Yeah,
It's very famous, Dot Than.
Yeah, barbecue
Everybody is
is-
enjoying it.
yes.
And we did this bridal makeup,
Which one? Oh,
bridal makeup and hairstyling.
Ah.
A lot of wedding, no, coming.
Hairstyle for women. For people
Even
like
the
us,
men?
no more hair. For a man like me, no more hair. What style? Unless I put a wig. Unless I put a wig.
Hopefully
But
we
then my
can
wife
make
will
the
not
wigs,
recognize
no?
me. You go home, you'll kick me out. Anyway, it's good. But it's good. It's good.
Really.
Because young boys, young girls now, they are up to date also in fashion and dress. It's good. We cannot afford to be left behind.
No.
You have to catch up with the world. Now that you are doing this skill, valuable hands, we're using the minds. What about this carpentry and masonry? They are doing it.
It is there in our plan,
Uh-huh.
which we need to again work with registered groups. So now we are collaborating with them, explaining to them how they will benefit from this.
I'll share with you. When I was an officer, I travel a lot to Mizoram, Nagaland, Arunachal. Most of those chimneys, Atos Khana chimneys, were made by the Khasi
Yes,
mysteries.
yes.
In
It's a specialty.
Mizoram, Nagaland,
Yes.
even in Arunachal. Now I don't know what happens to our masons. Not only wood masons, even stone masons. I don't know what happens to them. Except I got very few in like core. They don't know how to make chimneys anymore.
Yeah.
Now with this frequent shutdown of MECL, I think people should be encouraged to have chimneys.
Do you have chimneys?
Small chimneys, those things.
Yes.
So that will be a challenge for you.
Very good idea you have given. Very good.
Because why? During the last 3 days,
Yeah.
generally I use heater, but during the last 3 days, lights out, nothing. I was forced to buy charcoal. Against all odds, what to do?
Yeah.
I need warm, no?
Yeah.
I'm catching up with age.
Yeah.
My wife also. So this will be good chimneys. I've seen
Very
in
good.
Mizoram, small chimneys, they don't occupy much space.
Yes.
For 10, 15 people
Yes, yes,
surrounding the chimneys.
Yes.
And air is
Yeah.
well sucked. So
Yeah.
therefore it's good to encourage this. But so once again we meet more. I mean, what to do because of because of the lights. So we continue. We have to continue from where we have left. So these are the incidents to be not so easily erased from our mind. It's a sign of good luck for you. Take rest also for your hard work, huh? Then you can start afresh. Of course, that is up to you. So I've stolen your time. You're supposed to go and meet your people. So I hope people will bear in mind that we are doing for the interest of the state and the people. So as I said earlier, so you have started your work in the constituency. So many localities, so many areas you have met. And you have done the SHG group. You said 21 of them, no?
21 of them.
21.
Yes.
Are they effective?
Yes, very much. Because when they are with the block, the first and foremost thing is that the block will assist them on those home-based production. So either they can do flower pottings, or they can do, even achar making.
Oh, achar also, huh?
Yeah. So what we are doing with them is we are actually, going to introduce this paper packet making.
Paper. That means to substitute for this
Plastic ban.
Plastic menace and all. That's what I like.
Yeah.
To say don't use plastic CC, but should supply an
Yes,
alternative.
yes.
As you used to say.
Yeah. And our households and our, homemakers are there. Most of the time they cannot leave their homes because they're taking care of their cooking, their children's welfare. So we told them that why don't you do something that is home-based?
Homemade.
So we're giving them papers. They will make it in their homes and they will come and give it back to us.
So that means there's a society that buys
livelihood.
from them
Yeah.
and sells.
Yes.
That's good. So homemaker become home.
Again, it's a livelihood.
Home them what household
Yes.
industry. We call it household industry.
Yeah.
So homemaker become members of the household industry. It's very good. They are occupied. So now you said that these 21 SHGs are effective. Do you get any help from the government in the form of financial subsidy and financial grant?
Yes. So what will happen is, because now we are still in the training stage, so they will have to be able to manage their own financial, whatever activities. Marketing will be done through these block
Level.
development. Yeah.
That means you have got 21 SHG there. That means the block will look after these 21 SHG to help them in the initial stage.
To help them.
Then later on, the SHG
With
themselves
income generation.
will be self-sufficient and self-dependent. So it's very good.
Sustainability.
Sustainable, yes, that's what you call sustainable climate, sustainable economy, sustainable income. That's very good.
Yeah.
And now I'd like to come back to you. So why don't you encourage these Khasi wood masons or stone masons? Because I stressed earlier, we have Khasi stone masons and wood masons were very expert, were recognized, and their works are still available in Mizoram, Nagaland, and Arunachal. The chimneys and all those houses made of stones, made by Khasi mysteries. So we should revive, yes. And they need not go far, because if Khasis are smart and active, then they'll earn income.
Yeah.
But I'm very sorry to say, but not so blatantly, but the truth is, most of our people tend to be a bit lethargic, easygoing. So this kind of attitude should be no longer be practiced. You should impress on them. Try smart, work hard. Because if we don't work hard, we have to depend on outsiders, which people will crumble also.
Yeah. I think a lot of them, Pakna, if I may just explain, when we talk to them, a lot of them are so creative, like I have said earlier on. But because parental expectation is that they complete their studies, they're never appreciated for that talent that they have.
Yes, like that earlier.
So their
once
motivation,
you get a degree, it is below your dignity to touch a whole sphere.
And
this concept should be abolished.
Many
this
are
concept should be
leaving.
erased.
Many are dropping out of their school. They're school dropouts who are working as in mason jobs.
Yeah, good.
But if we don't appreciate and we don't nurture that talent, that means they will feel undernourished.
Yeah, we should appreciate them, because you see, this appreciation pays rich dividend.
Absolutely.
If a son does well, I keep quiet.
Yeah, yeah.
But if he does something wrong, I scold and I slap him. That will be a hurt in the mind of the people, and the son will feel that down. So also with regard to this, our own labor force, we should appreciate them.
We should.
And those who are not so good, we should keep them training. You are a leader. So now I'll come. Since you are intending to fight election from Nong Thamai constituency, it is part of it is rural and part of it is urban. So, according to you, what are the important priorities that are a challenge to you, and which you intend to fulfill, or you have been doing it through this government? After all, your government is NPP-led government. You are going to fight from NPP, no?
Yes.
You should take advantage. NPP-led government. If NPP doesn't help you, why should you fight from NPP, I say? Because you're... What has the government done through you? Have you approached the government for help?
Very much. The minute I decided that I will be contesting the election, my duty was to go around to all the localities in Nong Thamai and assess the needs.
Yeah, assess the need.
So let me tell you that NPP leadership has been very observant about Nong Thamai not getting a lot of benefits in the last few years.
For example?
So, they have not been able to get their water. A lot of localities in the Nong Thamai constituency, especially in Nongra, are still without water.
But you get through JJM, no? Jal Jeevan Mission?
Not in Nongra.
Why?
Because it has not reached Nongra, because the push has not been there.
Yeah, I understand. This urban, rural area conflict. And only recently census town have been
So
recognized.
now-
Only recently census town have
Yes.
been.
Now, now Nong Thamai will be very fortunate through the GGM. They will be able to get additional water connections.
Because of that census town, being
Yes,
recognized. Oh,
yes.
good.
So we have been able to also, through the Chief Minister's assistance, help them with the ambulance at Dum Dum area.
Dum area.
Yeah, for
Ambulance.
which Chief Minister has gone to inaugurate.
That means you
Yeah.
you stress on the Chief
We have
Minister.
already,
Although you are not normally stressed, should take advantage.
we
no?
take advantage of it because
For the good of the people.
that's exactly. For 10 years, Nong Thamai has not gotten, their MLAs who are in the ruling party.
Oh,
So one of the reasons for underdevelopment is that they're not in power. So
but
we
when
want
Charles was MLA, Congress was in power. Of course, he was a speaker, then not much.
speaker, and it was not part of. It was that time he was in
Morongkeneng.
Morongkeneng.
Oh,
So for 2 years, Nong Thamai unfortunately has not been able to get a lot of the government assistance because of this. So we have taken advantage of this situation, and we are bringing even
That means
in
you have personally met the
Lauchenriu.
Chief Minister. Then.
Absolutely, we always have conversations with him about developing Nong
And-
Thamai.
Good. Especially our female people
Yeah.
tend to have soft corner for mothers, sisters of the society. Good.
Yeah.
I used to say, any help given by anybody should be taken. Even if the devil gives help, we'll take. Provided. If he says, I give you help, give me your soul, then that's,
No. We have to keep grounded.
yeah. And of course, party and government should not be mixed. But however, for the
Yes.
good of people, you have to take advantage
We
of
have
the
to. And
posture.
our leadership
That means
has
you have got
been
an
very
ambulance
proactive
ambulance in
in Dum Dum.
Dum Dum area.
Then we have gotten our, garbage collection vehicle
by vehicle.
in Lauchenriu. Just a
Lauchenriu.
few days back,
Just
we
few days back,
inaugurated it.
it has been inaugurated
Yes, by Deputy CM.
by Bap Preston
Preston.
Song.
So I must say that they are realizing that yes, Nong Thamai needs all these facilities, and it should come.
Population is growing,
Absolutely,
and where we throw our garbage,
absolutely.
the only thing he has to separate. You see, I'll share with you.
Yeah.
In African countries like USA, there are 2 bin bags to green for biodegradable and blue non-biodegradable. You have been there in America. So twice a week they come to collect.
Yes.
They know how.
Yes, yes.
You should teach the people there.
So, interestingly, Lauchenriu is one of the selected localities that is going to manage their own waste
They'll
and
manage to-
convert it
they convert to
into manure.
manure. I remember when I met Jimino when he was MLA, he said that the same thing.
Yeah.
Some special pot and all. Then he said that it will be converted into manure. I didn't have a follow-up because I was not interested. I was not in the press and I was in Lyngdoh. So now we will
So
improve
waste
it.
management now, through the Chief Minister's initiative, is going to see each locality, taking care of their own waste management.
How they'll take care? Can you elaborate for
So,
the sake of the listeners?
One of the things that they're going to do is exactly have their own system of, converting that waste into something that is, recycling that waste.
Recycling.
Yeah,
So it will become like an organic manure,
Yeah.
natural manure.
yeah, natural manure.
That means you don't need much space for that, no?
And they have already identified the space, which is
No,
going-
even in the household, in case of
Yeah.
a household of 4,000 or even 3,000, it suffices.
yeah.
Because
And these are small projects
Yeah,
that
small
can
projects.
be done in all households,
it's good.
so that they have their own waste management.
That means that biodegradable can be operated there, and non-biodegradable then be collected by
They'll be
the
collected, yeah.
van,
As it
special
is,
van.
yeah. yeah.
That means you have got this in Lauchenriu.
Lauchenriu.
What about other localities?
So there are only certain localities that have been selected for this program. for waste management program.
I hope other localities
Other
also have,
localities will follow.
because this waste management is solid waste management has become a big problem.
Big problem.
Very big problem.
And
See,
I
Giant
think-
Hills, Juwai,
Yeah.
big problem,
I
and
think,
I
yeah.
don't know what's happening. Even now, they have not been able to solve.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the people were forced to separate the biodegradable from non-biodegradable, and I don't know where they throw that non-biodegradable. I hope people will not throw to somebody's compound or some else place. So
And
now,
it usually goes back into the rivers and all these very.
yeah,
So we pollute our rivers. We
should bring
pollute.
awareness to the people there. No?
Yeah.
Now I'll ask you, what about these roads, feeder roads in the localities, small lanes? Are they functionable? Or do you get help from the government or from municipality?
As of now, we haven't gone to that level where we're looking at the roads, but we are seeing how we can at least repair the drains that have been left unattended for a long time.
Yes. See, well, I'll bring this because in Lyngdoh, that road by the site of Ramakrishna Mission Dispensary, it was a lady, Bapita, long time ago, he talked about the road. He died. And Parin did it.
Yeah, she did it.
And she contributed from her MLA scheme also little. So that area has become motorable. And people have benefited because nowadays to carry rice or oil on head load is very difficult.
And in times of sickness especially.
Yes, time sickness.
There's a lot of time that's wasted.
So now, so you intend to fight from NPP.
Yes.
So the party intends to give you a ticket, or they have already assured you?
They have already announced my
they have already announced.
candidate. Yeah.
Because if you are not assured, that means you don't work full steam ahead.
It's
That's why
difficult.
you are working
We are very focused because of that.
with all the 4 gears of a car. Huh?
Yes. And our NPP, leaders are behind us.
But in this, I like to share you the joke. One priest learned how to drive a car. So he went to the TO for checking up. So he knew all the first gear, third gear, and all. Then the MBI, motor vehicle inspector, why don't you drive backward? I see, sir, my intention is always to go forward. Of course, he knew, but he did not know much. So anyway, so that means all these things are being taken care of.
Yes.
Now, wherever you go on tour, you have put down a notebook. No,
We have. Yeah.
Win or no win, you should see that these are.
We
being,
should have focus.
Of course, we win, you get MLA scheme, we will be able to
Absolutely.
do much better. But if you don't win, still should do.
Still we should do.
Because we need statesmen now. Politicians, when they lose, they forget.
They
For
forget.
statesmen, they remember, no?
No,
The
we are
difference
not-
between a statesman and politician, you know, no? Politician thinks of the next election.
Yes.
Statesman thinks of the next generation,
Yes.
including his children.
So
That's
true.
good.
Very true.
Now I'll share with you again. What are the other problems that the people in the city face
In Nong Tamai.
in Nong Tamai area?
So yes, we are seeing a lot of this traffic congestion. That's really making it very difficult for traveling. And our children are so, they're traveling for longer hours. When they're going to school, it's long, more additional hours on due to congestion. When they come back, additional hours of traveling due to congestion.
I experienced that coming from my car.
Yeah.
Sometimes took me
Absolutely.
more than 2 hours and a half. I sat in the office only half an hour. Going back home another 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And
So
of
we
course,
have to
some
we
ways
have
and
to
means.
see how we can divert some of these roads.
See, Shillong city by itself, Jasmine, a bit it has become saturated.
Very
New
saturated.
ideas get very difficult to. But Nong Tamai, certain areas which are not yet fully
Tapped.
operated,
Yeah.
development can be done.
Yeah.
You have to talk to the people to keep land for their
Yeah.
benefit.
Yeah.
See, I'll share with you some in that Nehu Campus, that area. That lady, Marmanyang lady, she kept land for an expansion of the road, on condition that they build a wall,
Yes.
retaining wall.
Yes.
And she's very cunning also. She was
Yes.
After the road has been improved and the walls been rebuilt, the value of the land rose up.
Okay.
So see, we should be generous, and when generous, it comes back to you
to us.
manifold.
Yeah.
So if you can tell people, it's good. Of course, people here in city is very difficult. They got hardly much land,
Because very
but
small
even then
holdings.
they can part with it. But when they part, they should give them help.
Yeah.
Tit for tat in a good sense.
Yeah.
Now, any other? I'll share with you then. One of the most, one of the greatest danger that we face now, unemployment, family problems, depression, is drug addiction. Your area, I know very well. I'll not name the place, full of drugs. That lane. How do you intend to curb or to eliminate this danger? You have seen in the paper every drugs were crores, not lakhs, crores. Root. People, they are doing that beyond we reach quickly because of this poverty. How do you intend to protect the young boys and girls from this menace?
Yeah. I think first and foremost, we have to ensure that these young people are realizing their own potentials.
Do you keep
And
awareness
they
program
are-
to them? Do you keep awareness?
Yeah, we have been doing from the youth, NPYF, you know, the National People's Party, the Youth Front has
NPYF.
been engaging in giving sensitization in the various schools in Nong Thamai
No, very school.
on drug addiction.
On drug addiction.
Yeah, sensitization.
If the Dorbar can also cooperate, you can have
So
Dorbar.
this is what we are going to do in the future, is involve the Dorbar, okay, in arresting, okay, spread of this drug addiction through sensitization programs, by providing people who have fallen into drug addiction this treatment opportunities, and not only treatment opportunities, but we'll also encourage them to, you know, get skills, job skills.
Then, yeah.
Do you know that many of our drug addicts are actually into that problem because they have dropped out of school, they're not doing any gainful employment, they're just loitering around, sitting at home. And that makes them more and more, you know, prone
Depressed,
to drug
prone,
addiction.
and become weak.
Yes. So we will train them in skills. So this is one thing which we have told our, you know, health department, to ensure that even the treatment centers and the rehabilitation centers that we have should incorporate, you know, this ITI training, where skill training should be given to these people who are coming out of that drug addiction.
Rehabilitation. See what happened is that irrespective of caste, creed, faith, if all sectors of people can be involved, even the church leaders can be involved
Even
in
the
this.
church.
It'll be good because
And we have seen that the church plays also a big role in providing these sensitization programs in Nong Thamai area. They have been actively involved in, you know, taking these young people who have fallen into drugs and rehabilitating them.
Good. Now, if you don't mind, it's like intruding to your private lives. I used to say, behind every successful man, there is a successful woman. The reverse also true. Behind every successful woman, there is a successful man. I'll show you it's not a joke, it's truth. When Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of UK, she was asked, what makes you so successful? Dennis Thatcher was her husband.
Yes.
And really, he accompanies me and he encourages me. And if you don't believe, go into next room, you'll find him entertaining the people of my constituency. I came today, and because for a few hours there was no light, I chatted with your husband, Remus Walang. And me, when I reached here also, you were not there. So I said, which one campaign? I said, do you help? Yes, I helped. He helped only because to pretending, or he really helpful?
His heart is like, what can I say? He's got a heart of gold, and I always tell him.
Good.
Because he is so courteous and he has such great hospitality that whenever I'm
You are not
going
here.
here and there,
15th of.
yeah, he's the one who takes care of
Yeah.
all our guests, and he ensures that everybody is fed well. He even cooks
I
their
didn't know.
meals.
Yeah. I told you, no, America, dignity of level, even if Shivnina
Yeah.
cooks at home.
Yeah.
So
he is my backbone.
that's
I'll
why I
tell
say
you.
this, because unless the husbands help you, your career will be crippled.
Yes.
You'll suffer.
Absolutely.
And with the support of the man, as I said earlier, I repeat, behind every successful woman, there should be a successful man.
Yes.
Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady of UK, because of Dennis Thatcher.
Yes.
Even many leaders, women leaders, now the Prime Minister of Italy is a lady.
Yes.
Male have helped her.
Yes.
So therefore, I feel that this kind of cooperation is very. What I like, I used to say people that you have to take care of your child also.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's useless to be a successful politician if at home is
Disarray.
disarray. We preach
I know.
by examples.
Yes.
So I consider it to be a privilege to interview. You are the first person to interview who was not yet an MLA or an MDC.
Oh, lovely.
You are the first.
I'm so.
There are others who waited, they wanted, but I don't
Yes.
know, somewhat I missed them.
Yes.
But today I was, when I rang you up the first, I said yes, I was very happy because others were there. Sir, me,
okay.
not me, female of course, but
I
a
think
male.
I am blessed.
So, and we wish you all the best, and I hope that you'll fulfill what you have promised. And before I conclude,
Yes.
I'll ask one question. Which is the most important single factor that you consider necessary for the upliftment of the family, the society, and the state in general, and even the whole community?
For me, it's just giving them respect, love, and that belief that yes, we can do something good
That means,
when we reach our goals.
so that's your most important. That means you give them love,
Yes.
respect,
Yeah.
which we are lacking very much at. That's why families break, because
Yeah.
we don't know how to keep love, respect, and appreciation.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope.
And
So-
I think at the end of the day, or even in the beginning of the day, that just giving thanks to God that
Yeah.
we are able to do great things.
Yeah.
This, my husband,
Good.
Barre, is constantly reminding me that
very
we
good.
have to give thanks
Barre,
to
you
God.
call him, huh?
Barre.
Good.
Really,
Like
I feel
everybody-
blessed.
Good. Like at home, they call me Bahe. I'm the biggest in the family, no. When my wife called me Bahe, then she said, your brother. No, my son. So it's very good. I wish you all the best.
Thank you
Because
so
in this
much.
society where women play a dominant role, but yet they fight shy from politics, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a big step to take.
It's a big challenge.
Yeah.
So I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much,
God bless
Pakana.
you.
Really
I
appreciate
was very, but Pita and me, very great
I
friends.
know,
same
I
clan.
still remember.
We quarreled, we fought,
What?
and we boycotted
Best
each
of
other.
friends
But
also.
afterwards, we used to meet together, and the love became stronger.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Give me the
Pakana.
best to Mbak Ria,
Okay.
and to your daughter in America,
Ariana.
Ariana.